country going backwards, where workers haven't had a decent pay rise in 15 years, public services are on the verge of collapse, and where the gap between rich and poor grows year on year. That is how Britain was described today in a bleak and damning assessment of its economy. The failure to achieve all but negligible growth has left the average worker a simply staggering £10,000 a year worse off, according to a leading think tank. And we're now lagging way behind countries we used to think of as equals. In Germany, middle-income households are full 20% richer than their peers in the UK. We'd be here all night if we listed the failings identified in the 290-page report, but put simply, in almost every sector, the UK is just not productive enough. And if there's any hope of turning the ship around, the authors say radical reform is needed.
When I was younger, I found out that I could make a weird sound with my trachea.
Mummy, fart with your neck.
You ready?
Gangs of predominantly British, Pakistani, Afghan and Bangladeshi men have been raping vulnerable working-class white girls on an industrial scale, and the police have been too afraid of being called racist to act. And it's still happening. How many girls were drugged, raped, murdered or had their lives destroyed because of police indifference? There would be riots on the streets if this was happening the other way around. There would have been marches, demonstrations, it would have kicked off big time. Our left-wing politicians would have been falling over themselves to call it out in Parliament, and the police probably wouldn't have let it happen in the first place. In reality, there are serious questions over whether Labour tried to sweep this epidemic under the carpet. But no, because these girls are white and have had difficult starts in life, they're not seen as worthy. You know what? That's racism. Welcome to Britain, where working-class white girls can be treated as sex slaves, impregnated, put in cages and forced to act like dogs, battered, murdered and trafficked by gangs of predominantly British, Pakistani and other South Asian men, and the perpetrators are treated better than their victims. A damning new report, which comes after a series of other damning reports, reveals how local council officials and Greater Manchester Police left young girls to be brutalised. They ignored the warning signs.
What do you mean just stop oil? All your stuff is made out of oil, you idiots. Your clothes, these jackets, they're all made out of oil. What the hell are you doing here, making a nuisance of yourselves? It's a joke. What a joke. What are you doing here? Get out the road. You're wasting everybody's time and petrol. All these guys, their engines are running all the time, wasting more bloody oil, you nutters. What is this made out of? What are your clothes made out of? How did your clothes get here? They got here by oil. What are you doing? This makes no sense at all. Just stop oil. You haven't thought about this. If you want to stop oil, you need to stay at home and go and live in the forest.
What the hell are you doing?
Having a poo.
Best sound in the world.
How many people do you think were arrested in Britain for things they said on social media last year?
Go on.
Take a guess.
I've no idea.
3,300.
Really? Arrested for what they'd said on social media?
Yeah.
Really? What sort of things get you
Well,
arrested?
one example I give in my show is there was a young woman from Liverpool called Chelsea Russell. People can look this up. Her friend was killed in a car crash, a 19-year-old woman. And she posted the lyrics of his favorite song on her Instagram. The lyrics. And there was a rap song, so the lyrics contained several instances of the N-word. Okay? She was arrested, prosecuted, found guilty, given 500 hours of community service and a fine, tagged, and for a year she was under 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. curfew.
My goodness.
In Britain.
In Britain?
In 2018.
But you're telling me now that 3,500 people were visited by the police?
No, far more were visited by the police. Far more.
1,600 fighting age men put in an holiday camp when there's nothing to do around here and just people
But
to
in
fucking
reality,
murder
mate,
and
I'm going
rape?
to be honest to you, it's got nothing to fucking do with you because
Of
you
course it
don't
has.
brand
What do you mean? The illegal immigration in this country's got everything to do with me. So when there's people being raped and murdered, yeah, and people messaging me about migrants.
You've been raped and murdered by them.
Does that have to be my family?
Yeah, well,
this is what's wrong with the country. People like you don't give a fuck about what's going on.
Listen, I'm going to tell you straight, yeah?
Yeah?
Say that
Tell
about
me
me
straight.
again, mate, and you're going to end up with a fucking horrible lump.
Yeah, mate, really?
Yeah,
do it, mate. Do your best. Do your best. Do your fucking best. Hey, don't fucking come at me like I'm some mug, mate.
You what?
Listen, yeah? Listen.
So you watch yourself, mate.
What's myself?
Yeah, watch your mouth.
What's my mouth? What's my mouth? Mate. What's my mouth?
Yeah, watch your mouth. When we go beyond this gate, I ain't under this.
Listen, mate, I'm a fucking... Alright, alright. When you go beyond the gate, you try to be on the rules. Whatever rules they be.
Sticks you got there, mate?
Say again.
Nice little selfie stick you got there.
Are you waiting for the police? You weren't on the gate. He wasn't on the gate. Wasn't on the gate. Wasn't on the gate.
Hold on. Come here for a minute, mate. You climbed over the club gate.
I can't do what?
Where's the camera for you? Stay here, you. We are going to
Stay here, you. Like you got some control over me. Yeah, civil matter, mate. Well, tell me how it's a criminal matter. No? A criminal matter is aggravated trespass.
No,
you know when you,
no.
Yeah? No, I know the law. Listen, mate. Do you think I get that? Do you think I get that for doing illegal stuff?
That's what you should have phoned before you walked on this path.
No, do you for the phone that? Do you want to let me in mudder?
That's precisely the point.
Exactly. Yeah, to get the story that no one wants to put out. You what?
That's what makes it laugh.
There is no story. 1,600 fighting age men, mate, going here that we don't know who about. We don't know anything about them yet. They're going on to rape and murder our kids.
Where's your proof?
Where's my proof? Well, have a look in the fucking paper. Kent Online. Kent Online. They're in talk. Home Office are in talk.
Two people I don't trust, politicians and women.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't trust them. Why do you think I'm here? Why do you think I'm here?
Well, listen, look, then I've got no reason to bullshit, yeah? I just don't need...
Yeah, but the thing is, you haven't got a clue because they're not going to tell you what... Do you think they're really going to tell you what's going on?
It's manager, you idiot.
I know, right? Listen, the manager of the hotel in Cornwall, yeah, she didn't get told. Her and her family got chucked out to put migrants in there. Do you think she knew about it? I know, I'm not saying you have. This is earmarked to put up to 1,600 fighting age men in.
Right, so what I'm trying to understand is if you're saying that we haven't had anyone on site and you're agreeing with me on that statement, why are you trespassing?
No, there's been a report, listen, there's been a report in the paper that this site has been earmarked to house up to 1,600 fighting age men. I'm here to do a report. I've done my report.
Here's how this works, yeah? Right? If you really wanted to find out the information in this park, you don't have to climb over a fence to get in there and find out.
Of course I do.
Just look it up.
No one's giving you mental.
But you can't look up how many apartments.
Listen to me. If you look at my channel, look how many things that I've broken and gone in the news.
I know your channel. I know a few of them. Trust me. Look, I say to you, mate, I'm a London lad. I ain't stupid to this shit. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I don't need some idiot on here running around saying a load of rumours that ain't actually true yet.
Well, it's not true yet.
What I'm saying to you, rumours.
Yes. I mean, you're just a report on them rumours.
There's no truth to it.
No, you just said yet. You don't even know yourself.
In 2 weeks' time, we're open to the public. Come back then.
There you go. Anyway, we all had the yet, didn't we? Just waiting for the police, aren't we? Anyway, I think I've done enough for you.
You gotta love the focus here with the driver on 13. A deer is sucking off another deer in the background and does not faze him as he rips that down the middle. That's about 315.
Here's my hands, live and in the flesh.
The next time you get stopped by the police in the street, be evasive. Don't give them your name, don't give them your address, and tell them I'm not going to give you my name and address Yeah? Until you find out the names and addresses and countries and age of the illegal immigrants that are coming here with no passport, no paperwork, and are a security risk to this country. How dare the police stop me in the street and say I'm evasive when I'm born and bred here? But you won't ask them where they come from, what they're running from. They got no name, no passport. They're invisible. But you'll stop me on the street. Well, you can fuck off with that, the police, because you won't get my name, address, or anything until you start doing it with the illegals. That's fair, isn't it? Because I was born and raised here. Yeah? Honest as the fucking day's long. Say it how it is. But I'm not going to be treated as a second-class citizen to illegal immigrants who have got no paperwork, no documents, and half of them are a security risk or criminals. That's not going to happen, all right?
Remember, a human comes out of a human because a human came in a human. Until we meet again!
Merry Christmas, everyone. Except for you. You've been a cunt.
There was Bertie fuming at the gates while they sailed gaily through.
Bus wankers!
I've just asked another stranger his opinion of the UK today. Fire away, sir.
Sorry, UK now, or should we say England, is overrun by foreigners from everywhere. You name it, everywhere.
If there's anything you could change, what would it be?
First thing I'd change, I'd make sure we don't go to Ukraine anymore, to stop supporting fascists in a fascist, corrupt country and giving millions to them so we can support them and not our own people.
Correct.
That's
a lot
what
of
I
people
say.
agree with you. Do you think this government are neglecting their own people?
Neglecting the British people, whether they're English, Irish or Scottish, don't matter. All they're worrying about is foreigners from everywhere. Mind you, we're controlled by a foreigner and he's not British anyway. So
I think
Britain first. Remember, if you go down the road at Winchester, Alfred the Great, that's our only king. The rest are bloody, who are they? They're actually Germans, a lot of them.
God bless you, mate. I'm sure people will agree with you. Thank you.
Veganism is like communism. They're both fine unless you like food.
Getting tips with Granny.
Nearly 100 charging points for electric vehicles in Portsmouth have been disconnected because of safety fears. Scottish and Southern electricity networks raised concerns about how the on-street chargers were installed and how they use electricity from lampposts.
If you eat less and move more, you'll lose weight. You eat less, move more. You eat less, move more.
I'd say if you say this to someone who's struggling to lose fat, you're a plain and simple epitome of what I would class as a fucking cunt. Make that a cunt with a capital C. Because actually to lose fat, what you want to do is eat a larger amount of food for a lower amount of calories, so that you stay fucking full. Saying eat less is actually just shit advice. On the other hand, saying move more is probably good advice for most. But if the only reason you're exercising is to lose fucking fat, chances chances are you're not going to keep it up. Because doing exercise for the sole reason of losing fat is like eating your cereal with your fucking hands. Yes, it'll get the job done, but it's just fucking shit. So instead you should exercise to feel better, feel stronger, or feel more confident. Simple advice can be useful, but you see, eat less, move more isn't fucking advice. It doesn't actually tell you how to do it. If you're looking for advice that can actually help, and you get over the fact that I always use the word cunt with a capital C, well then before you fuck off, drop me a follow.
Turn your fucking boat around, there's no room at the inn. Turn your fucking boat around, go back to where you've been. Turn your fucking boat around, we cannot let you in. This country's far too full.
Can we put the radio on? I'm not sure I like this.
I bet your arms are aching and your arse is fucking sore. Or throwing across the channel just to get to Harvard Shore.
Ben, that's not nice.
So you can claim some benefits, a house and even more. We can take it anymore. You've got your country looking just like Pakistan, or Africa, or India, Iran, Afghanistan. Soon you'll have us wearing sandals, burqa and a dress. I couldn't walk in the club like that, I'd look a fucking mess.
Ben, why did you offer me a lift?
So turn your fucking boat around, go back from where you came, and take your mates and do the same.
Listen to me. England and Christianity are vanishing before our very fucking eyes, and we can't see it. We're doing nothing about it. Cadbury's, gesture eggs. Fucking gesture eggs. Not Easter eggs, gesture eggs. Was I taking a shit when they fucking changed this? What is that? Easter is a very symbolic event for Christianity. New life and rebirth. But we're not allowed to call it Easter anymore. We'll be doing the same with Christmas next. You're not allowed to have an England flag up in this country. You're not allowed to have a British bulldog and an England flag on the side of a chippy. We've all seen that recently. Had Nike changing the England fucking flag on the shirt. Here's one. What if we did that with other countries, changed flags and changed events in their religion? What would happen there? It'd be fucking massive uproar. And we're letting this happen in front of our very own fucking eyes. After a week of the England shirt stunt, that's what happened to Nike shirts. That is what needs to happen to fucking Cadbury's fucking shirts, because that is disgusting. We've already had massive backlash from Christians who accused it of erasing Easter to sell gesture eggs instead. What's their aim? What is the purpose of these companies trying to piss people off? Create a divide or whatever? You do you, right? But your fucking company will suffer massively. It's an Easter egg and that is fucking it.
If I say all lives matter, I'm a racist. If I stand for my flag, I have to apologize for it. I'm not allowed to go to church, but I can burn churches to the ground. I'm not allowed to open my own business, but I can go loot and destroy other people's businesses. If I wear a badge, have a gun, and I'm dressed in blue, I'm a racist pig. But if I walk around destroying my city with bricks and masks, I'm considered a peaceful protester. I'm not allowed to peacefully protest the lockdown at my capital, but I can go destroy and graffiti my capital. I'm not allowed to go to the park to play t-ball with my family, but I can destroy the park. I'm not allowed to protect our historical monuments and history, but I can go tear them down and have them land on top of people. I'm not allowed to have an opinion on racial matters because I'm white, but if I don't have an opinion on it, I'm the reason why people are oppressed. I can go riot in the streets with the BLM, but if I go to a Trump rally, COVID-19 magically appears. Does anyone else not see the hypocrisy in all of this? I am done with your bullshit.
This is one reason to send them back home, and I don't mean the people in the police car. We don't need them here.
Did you know? If it looks like a duck, sounds like a duck, and walks like a duck, it's not a hippo.
There's a big possibility that I'm high right now, but I'm pretty sure Jesus is in the corner of my room.
Rest now, my child.
Remember when nothing was off limits for video game mags? Well, check out this PS2 Special Edition Sex Issue mag from 2003. Games, girls, guns, gyrating, G-strings, sexy half-demon goth rock chicks, Lara Croft Angel of Darkness. The target audience was quite obvious here. They even had a public poll for the sexiest female character. What? A sexometer? This wouldn't be a sex issue either without Dead or Alive, am I right? What a wild era of gaming this was, and something we won't see advertised like this ever again. Girls vs. Games? How much is this baby going to run me? How irritating are they? Jeez. And don't forget the pin-ups and the good old lad zone. Good times.
I'll see you on Christmas Day.
You won't see me fucking not!
Why not?
Fuck off!
Can I not come and see you on Christmas?
No, you can't. I don't want to see no cunts. And more so you, I'm sick of seeing you.
You fucking Scrooge.
You fucking bastard head.
Gangs of predominantly British, Pakistani, Afghan and Bangladeshi men have been raping vulnerable working-class white girls on an industrial scale, and the police have been too afraid of being called racist to act. And it's still happening. How many girls were drugged, raped, murdered or had their lives destroyed because of police indifference? There would be riots on the streets if this was happening the other way around. There would have been marches, demonstrations, it would have kicked off big time. Our left-wing politicians would have been falling over themselves to call it out in Parliament, and the police probably wouldn't have let it happen in the first place. In reality, there are serious questions over whether Labour tried to sweep this epidemic under the carpet. But no, because these girls are white and have had difficult starts in life, they're not seen as worthy. You know what? That's racism. Welcome to Britain, where working-class white girls can be treated as sex slaves, impregnated, put in cages and forced to act like dogs, battered, murdered and trafficked by gangs of predominantly British, Pakistani and other South Asian men, and the perpetrators are treated better than their victims. A damning new report, which comes after a series of other damning report reveals how local council officials and Greater Manchester Police left young girls to be brutalised. They ignored the warning signs. A young girl went to the home of a guy called Mohammed Yaqub. He injected her with heroin, apparently, and she died 5 days later. 3.5 years he got, cleared of manslaughter. Just 2 of 100 suspects were jailed. An Asian man who raped a 13-year-old girl didn't go to prison for that. No action was reportedly taken against a pimp who got a 15-year-old girl pregnant, while another child claimed that she was kept locked in cages and made to act like a dog or a baby, with again no action being taken against the men allegedly involved. One girl was threatened with a gun before she went to give evidence in a trial. Victims were worried about being kidnapped and sent to Pakistan, which is ironic because we've had real trouble sending some people back to Pakistan. Kwari Rao, 54, Adil Khan, 53, were convicted along with 7 other men of grooming and gang raping 47 girls as young as 12 and pimping them out to other predators. They were given a few years in prison, naturally, told that they'd be deported, and here we are nearly 12 years on, and as far as I'm aware, they're still in the country. This is not just a few bad apples. Rochdale, Rotherham, Keighley, Newcastle, Aylesbury, Peterborough, Oxford, Bristol, Telford, and I will bet my bottom dollar that this is happening in every major town and city in the UK. Please lecture us more about white privilege and about racism. The only privilege here, as far as I can see it, is that that's been given to British Pakistani and other South Asian men who can carry on with their lives as normal after raping young girls. The only racism here is towards the white girls who were seen as worthless. Now, I want to make a very important point here. There are paedophiles everywhere. People will be shouting at their television screens right now, saying, Jimmy Savile was white. What about the Catholic Church? Absolutely. And we should call every single one of those out, OK? But let's deal with today's report, OK? Let's deal with the matter in hand here. And the fact is that this country, for decades and still today, does appear to have a problem with certain elements of the Pakistani and Asian community abusing predominantly working-class white girls on an industrial scale. And our politicians and police have, in my view, been more concerned about not wanting to stoke racial tensions than they have been about actually sorting the problem out. Many people skirt around this issue, but is it not reasonable to have an open conversation about whether certain nefarious minority elements of the British Muslim community appear content to take part in a grooming gang epidemic? Our politicians and police, in many cases, traded the lives of young girls for an easier life themselves, in my view. I think that's shameful. I think it's a stain on Britain. And many people, I think, have blood on their hands.
We're losing our heritage because of immigration. The government ain't on our side, the police ain't on our side. So it's down to us to take back our country, and that's what we're doing.
This is the Union flag of the United Kingdom, often known as the Union Jack. It's nothing to do with religion, or gender, or your creed, or your color. It's not to be offensive. It's because you live in the United Kingdom.
The giant horse cock weighs over 11 pounds.
The fucking what?
Baby, they got horses!
Should we tell her that fence is electric?
No, hell no. Baby, you're scaring the horses. What'd you do?
I peed my pants.
nothing I fucking love more than a hard week's work going for a drive with the missus, like. What do you reckon, girl? Fucking lovely views, I reckon.
The last time I had a bath was about 2 or 3 years ago. Can't afford the hot water.
Every English person will look like this if the immigrants take over.
Send this to your friend, just to let them know that you're thinking of them.
Hello, is that the council offices? Yeah, the housing section. Brilliant. I went on that bidding system that you told me to get on for the council flats, and there was only 4 flats available this week. I bidded on 3 of them. The highest I was 789th. Is that real or is it broke? No, that's what I actually was. I've got a bid every week, and as soon as it comes down to 0, then I've got a chance of getting one of them flats. Yeah, but that'll take up to 10 years. It could be longer than 10 years. Well, how comes these illegal immigrants are coming in that are not born and bred here and they're illegal, but they get straight into a hotel, then get given a flat within 6 months? Can't I go on that system? Because I'm actually English and I was born here? No, we're second-class citizens and we have to do the bidding. They don't. What, even though they're illegal? Well, that don't make sense to me. I think it's a fix. You should put me in the fucking hotels and let them bid. Oh, screw yourself. I'll go and live in a tent in the woods then. Ta.
Did you know you could sign your friends up to be visited by Jehovah's Witnesses?
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello? Hello?
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Hello, I'm so angry. All the girls are using electronic vibrators with lost off batteries. Why do they not help the planet by using their fist or wooden dildo? Please help the planet and stop using useless batteries. Finger yourself or ask your friends to do it.
Being ignored for hours or days is one of the clearest signs that a person doesn't care for you. In today's world, people are glued to their phones and on high alert for notifications. So when a person says that they're too busy, don't believe them. Because if you really mean something to them, they will set aside even a little time to respond to you, no matter how busy they are. Remember that.
Well, I think we're getting too many people coming in, definitely. And I think a lot of the people now who are unemployed start to feel bitter about other people who are coming in and getting jobs. I know that for a fact. And I think there's a fear as well that, you know, say one day England won't be English people here. It'll be all foreigners.
I broke my leg and I can't get up.
Please hold.
When your legs don't work like they used to before.
hot girls hit curbs. How big was the fucking curb?
How to lose weight in 4 easy steps.
All right, let's go.
Step 1, no beer.
Oh, fuck
Every
off.
time you
You guys are telling me that you're okay with this?
So just a heads up, you guys all might need to now protect your palm. Amazon has just released this new system called Amazon One, where you pay with your palm. It's pretty cool. My friend is about to set up hers right now. You pretty much put your right hand over the scanner after you insert your card. Scan your right hand, then you scan your left hand, which is the palm of your hand. And when you get to the cashier, instead of inserting your card or using Apple Pay or whatever, you just use your palm, scan, and go.
You know you can pay for things here with your palm.
With your hand.
With your hand.
Living in the future. Oh my god.
That's so sick. We're done shopping and you just scan?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's paying?
Yeah, and then you buy it.
Yeah, that's so cool. Have the scanner read the lines on your hands so you can enter a grocery store. Not only to enter, but to exit. But it's so cool, man. The positive reinforcement that society's trying to push to show how cool this is? No thanks. My question is, what comes next? These are going in stores. Like, go into some Whole Foods stores, these are popping up. Now let's all just think outside the box for 5 seconds. As people start to get conditioned to think that this is easy, this is cool, this is normal. Do I really have to say it? Or are there just not enough people awake enough to see the writing on the wall?
చీమన్నారు ఏ మనసుకుள்ள బేజారు అచ్చు పన్నారు అక్కరాలను పోనారు డావు ஒரு டாவு நாங்கட்டும் நேரம் நோவு ஒரு நோவு புரியாம ஏறும் தாரே ஒத்தமயம் போக தாசமு சமுடு வாசம் ஐய சல்லு சல்லுன்னு தூக்கம் தாசமு சமுடு வாசம் ஐய சல்லு சல்லுன்னு தூக்கம்.
New illegal immigrant delivery service at Dover.
Who are you waiting for?
My friend?
Listen, we know you're here to see an 11-year-old girl.
She said she was 12!
Porn causes brain damage.
I may be old, but back in my day, we didn't have as many warning labels on things. People weren't so darn stupid. I may be old, with Granny.
Go together like ding-a-ding-a-dong. Remember forever. You could have boom the moon. Changity change bop. That's the way it should be. Wow, yeah. So one of a kind, like the cha-cha. Do-wop the doo-doo. Our names are signed. Shoo-ba-doo-wop, shoo-bop. Shee-pee. Changity change bop. We'll always be like one. Wow.
What I don't understand is why every single person over the age of 40 has the exact same phone case.
This poor lad has had so much grief from a load of middle-aged crybabies just because he looks like a cunt.
If you want proof that the government don't give a shit about British citizens, listen to this. A landlord with principles has just turned down a 7-year government contract to rent out his house to illegal immigrants. Terry Batts said he wouldn't give up his house to illegal immigrants for 3 times what the government offered him. He said when he asked who'd be occupying the house, they were very vague. When he pressed, they admitted they were looking for nice houses for illegal immigrants. They'd pay the going rate, plus day-to-day maintenance, plus council tax, repairs, and all the bills. Terry turned it down, saying he'd rather leave it empty than have illegal immigrants living in luxury in it. So why is it that the government can do this for illegal immigrants, but they can't do it for British citizens struggling? We have over 300,000 British citizens homeless. We have veterans living on the street, people who fought for this country. Yet the government show with their actions, they just don't give a shit about us. Thousands and thousands upon thousands of illegal immigrants are crossing the channel, and the government are bending over backwards to rent private houses, luxury houses, to house these illegal immigrants. When is this madness going to stop? This video will guarantee I get called a racist, a xenophobe, and whatever else. And to be honest, I don't give a shit. This is wrong what the government are doing. And to be fair, I don't blame these illegal immigrants. If they can get away with it, why not? It's our government that's at fault. It's our government that's facilitating this madness. And if you think it'll be any better under Labour, you have no idea. The only party with any realistic plan to stop this craziness is Reform UK. Are they perfect? No, of course they're not. But read their manifesto on their website. It makes a hell of a lot of sense. Read Labour's. It's complete bollocks. The only chance we have of getting our country back is by voting Reform UK.
Teenage boys now, they are so terrified that if you touch in the wrong place at the wrong time, you may find that your whole life is destroyed.
See, I
and
like
there is
that
far
terror.
too much. Well,
I like that.
As a mother of a teenage boy, I don't like that terror.
I do.
Malicious thing I've ever heard. That is
I think that
awful.
men should be frightened. I think it's better to not have a physical relationship than to have one that could ruin a woman's life.
But then how do they ever start?
Well, don't. If you're not 100%
Don't.
sure,
What are we going
don't.
What are you going to have? A bunch of neutered boys who never
it's
had...
so obvious.
We actually do
It's
have that.
like-
Gen Z is having far less sexual relationships
Yes,
than any ever
they
before.
are. It's true.
And
young
hang
people
on.
have stopped having sex.
What has happened to the amount of crisps in a bag of crisps? 45% less salt, 45% less fucking crisps, more like. There's nothing in the bastard bag. Bloody Trade Descriptions Act job, innit? A bag of crisps insinuates it's full of crisps. Certainly not full of crisps anymore. State of that. 100% great British potatoes. Plural. Potatoes. You're telling me there's more than one potato in there? There's about half a potato in there. I used to be worried about the calories in a bag of crisps, but now there's so few crisps in there, you lose more calories with the effort of opening the bloody bag. Look how thin the bag is, for God's sake. I used to make myself a crisp sandwich, pour the crisps out, fill the whole bit of bread, there'd still be half a packet of crisps left to go back and eat later. Now I do it, it barely fills the bloody bread. What's going on? The prices have gone up. There's nothing in the bastard thing. Oh look, a lovely full bag of crisps. Where are the rest of the bastards gone? Jesus. At Walker's, we have brought moments of delicious crunchiness and smiles to everyone in Britain since 1948. Well, I'm not bloody smiling because there's no crisps in your bloody packet.
Top 3 things that do not belong on a pizza. Number 3, your brother's bollocks.
I don't think people should come into this country and have things given to them left, right and centre when there's other people living on the streets in this country that we don't look after.
Why is it that if the government finds diamonds or oil in your backyard, it's government property? But if they find drugs, it's yours? Messed up.
Illegal immigrants are being given posh flats to live it up, but young single mums are left to rot in mould-infested accommodation that you wouldn't house a dog in. Welcome to Britain in 2023. The cathedral city of Chelmsford has around 400 mostly British families living in poor quality temporary accommodation with rising damp. Actually, some of it looks like it should be condemned. Take a little look at some of the pictures as well. A lady called Tasha lived in here with her young son. Both of them have now developed chronic respiratory conditions. It is no exaggeration to say that the accommodation offered to a British mum and her young child was so bad that it could have killed them. Staggering, isn't it? Now, shall we just check in and see what accommodation illegal migrants are going to get for free? Yes, so, oh, lovely stuff. Look at that. It's better than a five-star hotel, isn't it? A nice little kind of open plan kitchen living area. Look at that brand new bathroom, large, spacious rooms everywhere. Of course, it's completely new. It's completely new, so they will be the first people in there. In fact, they haven't actually finished doing some of them up yet, so it will be properly new. But most Brits couldn't afford to live there. Most Brits could not afford to live there. That will be nicer, no doubt, than where many people watching this show happen to live at the moment. It's an absolute disgrace. It's an abomination. Tasha spoke to us and she said this: I don't think it's fair that they can come over illegally and get placed into apartments. We were just crying out for help to be placed somewhere where my family would be able to live safely. You've got local people on lists waiting for months, even years, for a decent level of accommodation. But you know what I think the biggest scandal is? Nobody is fighting for British people. Maybe us here at GB News, but that's about it. The local council said it only had limited grounds for a legal challenge against the Home Office and did not intend to take court action. So the local council, which local people vote for, will not stand up for locals. What are they playing at? Are they relying on cornering the asylum seeker vote at the next election? They could at least try to fight the Home Office on it, couldn't they? There should be a law that makes it impossible for people who have come to Britain illegally to be housed before every single Brit in the local area has good quality housing. They should put that to a public vote and watch as the result comes in way above 90% in favour. Now, I am a big fan of the phrase, charity starts at home. But in this case, charity apparently starts by putting illegal migrants in British homes.
Oh, this is private land.
Shame on Tesco! What you're hearing right now...
If meat eaters did this, they would be put in jail. But it's okay for vegans to do this.
Making my way downtown, walking fast. I'm a seagull, go fuck yourself. Do-do-do-do-do.
I too was once a man trapped in a woman's body. Then I was born.
You gonna eat that?
No, I'm going to stick it up my bum. Of course, that's what you do with KFC. You open up your mouth, you stick the food in. Yes, I know it's a bit of a joke, but this woman's going, oh, don't eat meat, don't do this, don't do that. It's disgusting. Well, if she wants to eat blooming rabbit food, let her eat it. If this guy wants to eat a KFC, let him have it. I'm just sick and tired of people saying, you can't eat this, you can't eat that, don't eat this, don't eat that. I can understand it if you've got a thingy from the doctor saying, oh, you're allergic to this type of food. But if you're not allergic, carry on eating it. Or if you've got a heart problem where you can only eat certain food. Well, yeah. So if it's not done by the doctor, or you're not allergic or anything like that, eat whatever the fuck you want to eat. And don't let any twat tell you not to.
gay without an iPhone is not a gay.
Not a real gay without an iPhone.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Roses are red, violets are silly. Grease up your flaps, 'cause here comes Willie.
I sometimes think now that nowadays, when you look at certain things that go on in this country, one does tend to think, good God, what did I fight for? I thought we were fighting for a better world and a better country. But the way the country goes now sometimes, I wonder if we didn't waste our time a bit. It's, I think nowadays, I think life is so different to what we expected it to be.
It's scary when the weatherman is the closest one to telling the truth on the news now.
Farming needs to stop. That's the single biggest driver of climate change.
Our room is small. We can't even put clothes in the closet for one.
If it's too small, go back home. If it's too small, that room for you, and you've not got enough wardrobe space, feel free to go back home, because the 270,000 homeless in the UK would be very grateful for that fucking room, since they were born here, raised here, paid taxes here, and fought for our country, because 60% of our homeless community are ex-military. Ex-military. How dare you complain? You're not paid shit for that. They're giving it to you for free. Our homeless, people who were born and raised here, fought for our country, and couldn't even be allowed to sit outside on the streets outside a 5-star hotel when you've been able to get there, have a bed, have 3 meals a day. They're not even legally allowed to beg. It is illegal in this country to beg for anything. Food, water, money for food, fucking anything. But it's okay. You complain about what you're getting for free. Well, our own rot on our streets. Now, I'm not saying I'm against all asylum seekers or refugees. I think it's lovely that we want to help them. It's really, really nice that we want to help them, but we should prioritise our own first. That 270,000 homeless is rising. It's rising. You know what they see? They see that somebody who's never paid taxes here, weren't bought up here, didn't fucking fight for our country, have come over on a boat and straight away got more than them. They were prioritised over them. Why? How is that fair? It's not pissing fair. Priorities first. There's a waiting list for the whole of the UK. Why are they prioritised? Why are they at the top of the fucking list? This is our taxpayers' money. It's our country. We are not doing this to our country. We should be prioritised as citizens of our country, in our country. Now, before anybody says something about fucking human rights, oh, is there human right? What about our homeless' human rights? What about their human rights? Stop being such a... Stop rolling over under the bus for the people who bloody just come here when we've got people rotting here. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not against refugees at all. Before anybody says this, I am no way fucking against them. I think it's lovely that we're helping somebody, but we should prioritise our own first. Just to add on to that. I know I said I was done, but I'm not. The refugees didn't choose to be refugees. The homeless didn't choose to be homeless. But the refugees did choose to come to our country. The only choice made here was them to come here. So they should wait and know that we, as people, citizens of this country, are priority over them.
Some people that's come into this country don't know the values of this country. You know, that is the biggest concern I have, not for me, but for the children and the grandchildren. You know, I think in the world, do some countries do enough? Could Australia, Canada do more? Could America do more?
Why do you choose to be an asshole when you can just be vegan?
Why do you choose to be an annoying bastard just because you're vegan?
That's the sound of the beast. That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast. That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast. That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
I'm gay.
I'm a lesbian.
I am transgender.
I'm an asshole.
I'm taking a shit the size of a baby.
Look more benefit migrants milking the system.
If my employer swore at me, would I have a claim in an employment tribunal?
Come on then, you cunt. Back to work. Give us a lift for this, you weak-wristed piece of shit.
Nobody is allowed to visit this island.
So send all the immigrants here and get them out of England.
All you have to do is let Jesus come inside you.
Excuse me, have Tesco got an offer on? Has Tesco got an offer on?
Because that what he's doing now.
They may be slow, but they work 500 times faster than the council.
Ah, monkey on the car. Monkey on the car. Fuck off.
Singing this is a life. When you wake up in the morning and your head feels just the size. Where you gonna go? Where you gonna go? Where you gonna sleep tonight? And you're singing the song, singing this is a life. When you wake up in the morning and your head feels just the size.
Who is this twat? He's a cunt, he's a cunt. He's a C-U-N-T cunt. With his broken teeth and his ugly face, he's a male dictator that's out of place. He sleep with the granny and bite their fanny, wears trousers back to front. And he farts, sucks cocks and he's riddled with pox, cause basically he's a cunt.
Show me the life hack that you randomly saw one day that is now an unconscious standard practice in your life.
There isn't a climate emergency. Brian Catt, who's
pretty learned and qualified to talk about this, can give you all the information, fundamental, simple points. Number one, CO2 doesn't drive the climate. Number two, it is a mechanism to, I think, control us and to try and cause all kinds of authoritarian implementations. And number three, we're wrecking our economy when even if everything I've said is completely wrong, adaptation is cheaper than the ludicrous idea that we can stop climate change, which has been going on for billions of years. In fact, how arrogant is it for humans to think that we can stop it?
And the moment that you wander far from me, I wanna feel you in my arms again. And you come to me on a summer breeze. More than a woman, more than a woman to me. More than a woman.
There's so many reasons why I wouldn't want to fight for this country. Firstly, our dads, granddads, great-granddads all fought because they had something to fight for. They built this country with their own hands. Industry was fantastic. It was a simple way of living, but they knew they had something to live for, worth fighting for. And the England that they created, you sold off. You sold this country out properly. There's our telecoms, British Gas, the rail, closing our coal mines. And now it looks like you're for the steel workers. And piece by piece, you're taking the NHS as well. And you think we're going to thank you by going to fucking war in your name? To quote the great Willie Ross, you've got more chance of seeing a one-legged cat burying a turd on a frozen pond. When we start talking about England, and that flag that's been damned, I was actually working at a church that flew the George Cross on St George's Day, and they were told by the local police to take it down because it's seen as offensive. That's the country that you want us to fight for. In the meanwhile, they don't want you to have an XL bully or anything like that because it's seen as dangerous, but they're going to throw a gun in your hand and take you to war. These are the same people that let Burglar Bill get off with burgling your house, and especially if you give them a good hiding, you're the one that gets fucked. We don't even have a good justice system in this country. So for this country to dish out justice on another country, I think is a big fucking joke. So personally, I think that Rishi and all you little people from Eton, in true Eton fashion, should go over to Ukraine and settle this in a tug of war. Call me old-fashioned, but there's no need to blow the fucking world up because of what you want. Give me a follow, at very least.
Know that we now have cameras that can detect you using a mobile phone whilst you're driving.
Yes, in one way it's a good idea, but what about putting all the police and the manpower to try and help the English against the foreign invasion like the banana boat men? Send them all back. Why worry about the bloody mobile phone users? Worry about the banana men first. Sorry, I mean banana boat men. Get them all sent back home wherever they come from, and don't take them to France because they obviously illegally transported to France. You find out where they come from, take them back to their own country, bang. Then worry about us British people using their mobile phones while driving. But while we've got all these foreigners in our country, we don't know who they are. There could be strange people that like to go around hitting people or taking people's kids, for example, or just randomly going along and going, oh, you've got a nice new PlayStation in your house. Let's go and destroy that or steal it. Oh, he's got a nice Ferrari on his front doorstep or driveway, I mean. Yeah, we're going to take that off him. Oh, wow, Chris has got like a brand new Lamborghini, or he's got a 100-inch TV. Let's go and steal that. No, we don't need that. What we need is all them not to go back first, so the English can go back to the way they were. We can get more of our money back, all our shopping will go down, and the cost of living will be miles better. That's just what I reckon anyway. But no, they just want to worry about us using our mobile phones while driving. Why treat us like the criminals when it's the foreigners, not us?
Lesson plans in schools across Britain have been leaked, which has found graphic material being shown to kids as young as 9 years old. I want to warn you, some of this is very distressing, but I have to read it out. Schools across Britain are teaching children that from birth until the age of 1, babies can experience pleasurable sensations by touching their pre-compulsory RSC lessons are giving homework to kids about masturbation. They're teaching that girls as young as 12 can find pleasure from anal, vaginal, and oral. They're teaching kids that people can change their sex from being a man to being a woman. They're also teaching that some non-binary humans are neither men nor women, and that men with male Y chromosomes can actually become women. What's worse is they show images, and if I have to censor these images to show you what they are showing to children, we have a problem. Parents, you need to get angry. You need to stand up for what's right and say something. You can't allow for this to be happening in schools. Get organised, meet with other parents, find out what your child is being taught at school, and do something about it.
What rhymes with "I've just shit mysen"?
I feel good.
Mamma mia.
We could have had it staying alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. Cold like fire. Somebody call 911. Me. Well, I got down on my knees and I pretend to pray. I'm hurting, baby. I'm broken down. Na, 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 na. I can hear your prayers, your burdens I will bear. That I wanna fall from the stars straight into your arms. I walk alone, I walk alone. Where have you gone? I can't believe you let me down, but the proof's in the way it hurts.
I'll do whatever it takes. When I'm with you, I get the shakes.
Holding back these. Stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. And I deny the tears in my eyes. I don't wanna.
We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds.
Are you ready to jingle your bells? Let's do this.
Stroke my, lick my, suck my cock. It's the first time for you.
Oh my god.
There's a backlog of nearly 40,000 asylum seekers who've made it to the UK. Their accommodation is costing taxpayers £5.5 million a day. This is a hotel, which is now being used to house dozens of asylum seekers, much to the consternation of some locals.
They don't know where they're from, they don't know the backgrounds, they see them in groups of men and just probably feel uneasy.
Do you think it's changed the atmosphere in the community?
I think, yeah, people, because I speak to a lot of locals in the village, they usually let their kids roam around the village at night, you know, when they play with the bikes. Now some of them are like thinking twice.
Mo Tariq is an estate agent. He says the arrival of asylum seekers has caused rent prices to drop.
I feel like maybe we should have some system in place, something for them to do here. Because what often happens, in my view, from where I'm sitting, is that they will just stand around and they look like almost that they have nothing to do.
In the toilet having a shit, yeah, I see this red button, fam. Look, what's the worst thing that can happen, yeah? Imagine I click it. What the fuck, fam?
What's black and never works?
I don't know, Granny. What?
Decaf coffee.
The first transgender, non-binary footballer to play in the Women's World Cup. To which my response when I read this was, hang on a second, hang on. Is she a but? Is she, they, whatever? Is she a biological male? No, turned out she's a biological female. She's a they. She is a transgender non-binary. What is that? How can you be transgender and non-binary?
Because that's what they are.
So I get my head around this. She's a transgender, non-binary ex-woman. So my question is, if you're no longer identifying as a woman, what are you doing playing in the Women's World Cup? Not my title. That is the official title of a tournament. She doesn't qualify. They don't qualify, even though there's only one of them. They don't qualify for the Women's World Cup because they used to be a woman, but now they don't want to be a woman. So now we have to call them they for being a transgender, even though they're non-binary, and they're still playing in the Women's World Cup, and we're all supposed to go, well done, Quinn, what a moment! What a moment! But no one's quite sure. No one's quite sure. What are we celebrating?
Oh, Britannia rules the waves. Britons never, never, never shall be slaves. Off the coast of Argentina.
The electric car is not to save the world from climate change. It's to impose control. It will decide where you can and cannot go. Because where they don't want you to go, it will not take you. The computer will not drive the car there. That's the idea.
And the technology for that is simple. They've got golf carts now, where they don't want you to drive in a golf cart, it will stop.
It's actually a wonderful example of what the plan is.
Ben, why is there a pizza in the fridge?
That's not the oven.
How much should a guy earn for you to date him? Over 500
500k, close to 1 million. If he doesn't, I'm not gonna say yes. Do you hear me?
How much should the guy pay for the engagement ring?
He needs to pay again. 500. He gets paid every year. 500. He saves up towards the ring. If he doesn't, he's gonna get a no, and it's gonna be embarrassing.
You're not the one that's gonna say yes? I hope the comments are good on this one, but this is just another reason why guys are not dating women when they live in delusion world. I could seriously tear this video apart. I'm keeping everything inside of me to not do it. I'll just leave it at that.
Did you wash your ass today?
Tomorrow's my birthday.
Oh, the big 5-0.
Very funny. Need I remind you that I'm your deputy manager?
Yeah, you're not a proper one, though.
I'm the interim deputy manager, okay? My word goes as long as I'm interiming.
Sorry, did you just say you're into rimming?
Yes.
Oh, right.
How long have you been into rimming?
Is there something funny about the idea of me interimming?
No, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Loads of people are into rimming.
Listen, young man. People around here need to face up to the fact that I'm the only one who's interimming.
Yeah. Just need to...
I'll go and help him find your Paul.
Excuse me.
did you get onto drugs in the first place?
I'm not on drugs. I'm on pills, for God's sake.
Sometimes I like to turn on movies that are in Spanish, and then my kids look at me all confused and wonder why they can't understand it. And I say, well, I don't know why, but you're probably just tired and you need to take a nap. And then when they wake up from their nap, I take the same movie and put it in English, and they think that they're all better.
Oh, just fuck off. No, you fuck off. No, you fuck off. And I said it first.
Our granddads would turn in their grave to see what's happening today. You know, you go over Izzy's, across there, cup of coffee, £3. Come on, mate, it's one spoonful of coffee and a bit of water. Ain't cost you 10p. But you're charging me £3.50 or £3. Where's the logic in it? You know, look, then people are getting away with it all. You know, the government ain't interested. You know, they're going to put diesel up next year. They reckon it could be up to 12 pence a litre. They're going to put tax on it.
Whenever we say anything that they don't agree with, they just call us racist. They bring this big R word up all the time. We've tried to engage with them because we all want the same thing. We all want this barge not to be here.
Who is this twat? He's a cunt, he's a cunt. He's a C-U-N-T cunt. With his broken teeth and his ugly face, he's a male dick teaser that's out of place. He split with the granny and bite their fanny, wears trousers back to front. And he farts, sucks cocks, and he's riddled with pox, cause basically he's a cunt.
Yo, look at these cool little ice creams that I just bought. I just bought them from the store today. They're called, twin poles. They kind of look like cute little buildings.
Nick?
Yeah?
What is that?
My glass of Pepsi.
That is not a glass.
Yeah?
We agreed 1 glass a day.
Yeah, 1 glass.
That's a vase.
No, it's a glass.
Yeah.
Glass.
It might be made out of glass, but it's not a drinking glass.
This one holds more than what I normally drink as
It's
well.
for my flowers.
No, it's a glass of Pepsi. Pepsi Max, to be quite frank with you. And it's tasting very nice.
Men don't need women. Women need men. Men could survive without women. If all the women disappeared tomorrow, men would be fine outside of reproduction. If tomorrow they made artificial wombs, what would they need a woman for? Who's a better companion, men or women? So men built the world. All the hard jobs are done by men. If men disappeared tomorrow, the society would collapse. Men built the world that we complain about. Men can be alone, women can't. Women are social beings. We need attention. And men don't. You don't see women going out to the woods and just roughing it. That's a man thing. Who's camping and fishing? It's not us.
Okay, what about this one? Oh, it's the same.
Black Friday deal?
I don't get it.
That's a deal?
Okay, this one? But it's the same.
Bro, that's not a deal.
I don't get it. I'm confused.
Imagine a vaccine so safe, you have to be threatened to take it. For a virus so deadly, you have to be tested to know you have it.
盐焗黄油烤鸡香啊！
Sorry, I farted.
I think this person is the lawyer of Jeffrey Dahmer.
You don't win friends with salad.
Guys, look at this. Just look at this. Here we see in 2017 higher temperatures, but yet we don't have all these psychedelic colours that we do in the same map in 2022, where the temperatures are even lower. You know why? Because they're trying to peddle the whole idea of climate change. It's absolute BS, guys. They're trying to induce fear and anxiety into the population so they can shoehorn certain agendas in, like 15-minute cities, and you'll have your carbon credit score tied to your CBDC bank account, which they can just switch off. Guys, the irony is the more carbon in the atmosphere, the more life. It's just another inversion. It's more lies, and they're really pushing this one right now so they can shoehorn in all more tyranny and control.
Calling me an effing packy, it hurts and it makes me angry, and I think he has some questions to answer.
It's useful for people. Yeah, he was. We'd framed him out, hadn't we? Yeah.
Do it again. Do it again.
Do you want? Let's just.